Your life doesn't get better by chance, it's get better by change. Hello everyone, welcome to Unbound Pages, unfolding the stories within. I hope that you are doing great. Guys, this is my first video. I am nervous but excited too. I hope you find my videos interesting and relatable too. I just want that you all made my journey remarkable and support me in this journey so that I can make more videos. Maybe my videos are lengthy, but I'm sure that it will help you to discover many interesting aspects of the life through these book summaries and that encourage you towards your betterment. Now, before getting into the book summaries, I want you to ask a question to yourself. What is change according to you? Take some time. Time over. Let me answer this. According to me, change is something which is uncertain, fearful and hard, but something which is help you to understand that who you are, what are you really worth. Change is one of the life's most beautiful truths. So today's book summary is a book named The Only Constant, written by Nazwa Zebian. This book contains 8 chapters. These are not just the chapters but the reality. Chapter 1: Why Change is Hard. When you are stuck in any toxic relationship and any situation which is miserable and you are unable to move on from that, ever you ask yourself why it is so hard changing the condition? Why change is so hard? The answer is we want it to be easy. Change is hard because we focus so much on how hard change is instead of seeking it as a path to the life we want. We want the change to happen without having to change anything. Let's consider, if you want a plant in your garden to grow healthier, you change its environment, right? You might change the soil, add fertilizer to it. You might change the way you water the plant. You might remove the grass and the other plants from its nearby that may be hindering its growth. So from this we conclude that if you don't just keep the plant as it is and expect it to grow differently, so why do you expect your life to change without changing anything? I know everyone knows this, but in between knowing and doing, there's a big difference in that. You can only bridge the gap by believing yourself and trusting yourself. Change is hard because it causes a break in the reality we are living in. When we decide to leave any kind of toxic relationship, we are unable to do so because we live in the delusion and try to escape from the reality. We convince ourselves that everything will be fine with time and change with time. We can't change anyone, understand this. You have to come out from this. Change can only break down the life you currently have in order to build the one you want. Change is an essential step in constructing your new reality. Think about it, like you are demolishing the space in which you are currently reside and rebuilding it on your own terms to look and feel exactly the way you want. The rebuilding requires demolishing. Change is hard because we judge ourselves for the choices our body makes. Maybe you are having hard time changing because your body is keeping you stuck. You beat yourself up in your mind because you think I know better. So why am I accepting this? Or I know this is not like me, but why I continue to do it? Ask yourself once. I know the answer because we don't want to lose those things. Our mind decides several times to leave a relationship, job and any situation, but why still we are struck? The answer is our body became so much comfortable with the things. Consider a person in toxic relationship. His mind decided a long ago that I need to end this relationship, but can't. Again, keep knocking on the same door that never opened. Why? The answer is our body quite literally feels safer in the presence of source of the pain than when it is disconnected from the source of the pain. When you know there is a change you need to make in your life, your body has a choice to make just as your mind does. It's not that you are not willing to do what your mind knows is best for you. It's that your body still has not internalized that why it is living through is actually not safe. The most beautiful moment will be when your mind and body are in alignment. Change is hard because we want others to validate our choices. The choices we make for ourselves are often shaped by the opinions of those whose approval we want. Maybe your parents accept you to live your life a certain way. Maybe your partner places condition on the love they give you based on what they want for you or from you. The interesting thing is that your body finds safety in whatever looks like the love and the acceptance that you were taught when you were young. So this turns into what feels safe in your body while your body is unaware of the distinctions between what's familiar and what's safe. Change is the necessary path to the life you want. Hardship or a lack of ease at least is natural. When we start changing what we normally do, it's common to experience struggle, especially if you are pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. It will feel like an uphill battle, like a mountain you were carrying when you really should be climbing it. Notice how both carrying and climbing are hard, but the former makes your life harder over time and the latter moves you toward an easier life. Any break in your reality, which constitutes change, forces you to pause or fully stop. It might feel like your life is slowing down or taking a completely different direction, and that's uncomfortable. Your body might perceive that change as a threat. Chapter 2: What stops us from changing? This book describes few common obstacles we face on our journey to change. First, uncertainty. Uncertainty is simply not knowing, and not knowing is scary. We love security and are more likely to try for something if the outcome is guaranteed. One of the biggest reasons we are so uncomfortable with uncertainty is that we assume the worst will happen. I grew up hearing resilient people described as ones who, no matter where you throw them, land on their feet. I think what we do is look for assurances that we will land on our feet before we take that risk, that we will land in a better place, that we will land, period. That's why we end up taking similar roads, not new ones riddled with uncertainty. Familiarity feels safe because we know what to expect, but it is often leads to the same disappointing outcome. We cling to familiar path out of fear of the unknown, seeking certainty even if it doesn't serve our authentic selves. True growth comes out from embracing uncertainty and choosing new paths, even when they are scary, by allowing ourselves to be unanchored and exploring new possibilities. We open up to discovering place in and experiencing that aligns with our true selves. Embrace uncertainty as a necessary ingredient for change and personal growth. Remember one thing in your life: uncertainty is uncomfortable but necessary to embrace in order to keep walking ahead, with the conviction that we must do the required work to get to a place we want in life. Second, fear. Fear stems from assuming the worst possible outcome of change is inevitable and believing we can't survive it. This stops us from trying new things. We often imagine the worst case scenarios like starting a business and failing, leaving a relationship and being alone, or moving to a new place and regretting it. Each person's fear is unique, but the underlying issue is same: avoiding potential negative outcomes by not trying, taking risk. Embrace the uncertainty and acknowledge that not trying is often the true failure. When fear controls our life, we become overly cautious, seeking threats everywhere. Fear's aim is safety, so anything new or unfamiliar feels dangerous. Even if we dislike our current situation, our need for safety keeps us in familiar patterns, leading to predictable outcome. We stick to what has worked before, even if it is no longer serves us. Trust is the only way to beat fear. Just believe yourself and remind yourself again and again, I can do it. Lack of self acceptance and self awareness. Our environment shapes us, teach us what to think and how to be, often imposing limits on our perceived capabilities. Growing into our authentic self involves not just identifying what we want but also unlearning ingrained belief. This process requires self discovery and awareness of the factors that have shaped us. Unlearning acknowledges that we are product of everything we have learned consciously and subconsciously since birth. Curiosity and questionings are crucial for self-awareness. Embrace self-acceptance, which means accepting every part of yourself, good, bad, and in between as you evolve. Without awareness, subconscious belief control us. Awareness allow to lead our life and make conscious changes. Authentic change cannot be driven by shame or the need of external acceptance. Inauthentic change made to please others is unreliable and distance us from our true desires. Authenticity requires self-compassion and self-acceptance. You don't need complete self-acceptance to begin changing. Self-discovery and action can happen simultaneously. By taking risks and pursuing what interests you, even if you are unsure, you learn about yourself. This journey of self awareness and authentic living is ongoing and intertwined with your actions and choices. Fourth, resistance. Resistance to change often manifests as procrastination, lack of energy, or clinging to the familiar. This subconscious reaction aims to keep us in our comfort zone, even if it hinders our growth. By tuning into our body's resistance and understanding its root, such as fear, uncertainty, or the desire to belong, we can address it effectively. Combating resistance requires acknowledging its difficulty, setting dedicated time for change, and celebrating small victories. Embrace resistance as a natural part of journey, using it to build strong inner leadership and move towards your authentic self with conviction and compassion. Chapter 3: Changes We Don't Choose. Changes that happen unacceptedly, like losing someone dear or a relationship ending, make us rethink what's truly important. They show us how some things we worried about before are not as significant as we thought. These experiences teach us to be kinder to ourselves and stronger in facing life's ups and downs. It's about accepting that not everything is in our control and learning not to tie our self worth to what happens around us. This mindset helps us handle life's surprises with more resilience and peace of mind.